Rapids up against the #1 and undefeated Minnewaska Lakers. That's next on primetime Minnesota basketball coverage on WDAY. Schultz with Dana Mock and Chad Kuhl with more Minnesota primetime coverage on DAY. Our second game tonight, Pelican Rapids to take on Minnewaska, 25-0 on the season. You know, sometimes in this business you run across people that you just get attached to, and I will admit, this man is one of those people to me. Rex Hagen, one of my favorites. Grandpa, what do you got up your sleeve tonight, huh?
Well, I hope it's more than my arm, I'll tell you. We've got a big load, there's no doubt about it.
Everybody says, oh, Rex, he's got something figured out for this team. I know he does.
Well, we have tried some things, and we got some ideas. We've seen them play several times, so it's a matter of hopefully we prepared properly and we've got the right ideas. They're an awful big load to carry and to try and handle. They've got a lot of weapons. They certainly can shoot the ball from the outside, and they've got great team speed. They're much quicker than we are.
This is one of those games that keeps you going, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. If you can get to this type of situation, it does get the juices going again, and I have to admit mine are burning pretty good right now.
What does it mean to play a team that's perfect?
Well, you have an opportunity to, to alter their history quite a bit, that's for sure. We've been in that same situation, and we've gotten through a couple, but we've also been knocked off. We know that every time a team plays you, they're really after you, and Minnewaska has answered that bell every time all year long. So there's a chance for us to really make this place explode, that's for sure.
All right, Coach, dissect this one a little bit. You take a look at what they can do. The Lakers, boy, they throw a lot of kids on the floor at you. 13 deep, you know they're going to be fresh. 13 of those kids, they've been around the block a little bit. And Olsen, just a heck of a shooter. And when you alluded to how well they shoot, that had to be the kid you're talking about.
Well, he's definitely one of them. He's probably their most consistent outside shooter. I've seen Shea get some things from the outside, but I think he's probably stronger from inside the three-point line. Rant, their other point guard, he can get you 3-4 in a row and then miss a whole bunch. But he's really solid player. That's the other point guard. Olsen's the man, though, that's really consistent.
Rex, why do you play Bauman at 6'8" away from the bucket so much? Is it because Hagen and Backstrom can just hit the iron so hard?
Well, there's not enough room in there for all of them, and Hagen can't go outside as well as Kent can, and Backstrom can't go outside that well either, so we really don't have much choice. The other part of it is that Backstrom and Hagen are stronger up physically than Kent is, therefore they are more effective inside. But we do post Kent once in a while.
All right, Chris Shea, Brian Korf, big matchup tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a big matchup. I don't know if they'll be going head-to-head, but those two guys are kind of the glue that keeps the teams together and gets them flowing. And Brian Korf definitely is for us.
And you can't get Korf rattled tonight. He's got to be your guy.
He's got to be the man. He hasn't rattled very much lately. I don't know why he would tonight. I mean, what the heck? There's only 4,000 people in here, or 5. What's the deal? No problem.
This beats fishing, doesn't it? Nights like this. I'll admit it. Rex, good luck to you, buddy.
Thank you very much.
All right, Rex Haugen, one of our favorites. Hey, we're not going to hide it. We're at courtside. It's Pelican Rapids up against Minnewaska. When we come back, Greg Starnes, the head coach of the Lakers. How do they get to be 25-0? And we'll be back.
Field house between games, just a few minutes away from Pelican Rapids and the Minnewaska Lakers, and Greg Starnes, the head coach of the Lakers, 25-0 coach, ranked #1 in the state in Class A. The first question I want to ask you is, how tough is that label for your team to deal with this time of the year?
I don't think we've had a problem with that. In fact, we've taken it as a compliment all year, knowing that usually by tournament time, probably only half the rated teams even make it to the state, if that many. Who knows if we're #1, maybe we're not in the top 10, but we're happy that people know with it and giving us the recognition. And, we could very well lose tonight, but it won't change our season. We had a great year so far, and very happy with the way we played.
Tell me about your team, Coach. Not a lot of us in our viewing area here have got a chance to see the Lakers. Looks to me like you play a nice running style with some great D.
Good defensive team, very unselfish. They're all about averaging between 8 and 12 points. These guys really like each other. I think a lot more talented than last year's team. We have more better players. Last year's team was a little more patient, and I think that bode well for us last year in tournaments. And these guys here tend to put it up a little too quick, I think, sometimes. And like tonight, we're playing Pelican. Has played here, pretty much, forever. And we assume they'll shoot the ball better than us here. And if we're not hot from the outside, we won't look good. So we'll have to be a little more patient and take our time.
I was going to say, Olsen and Shea, those guys from the outside, are they keys for you in this game, do you think, with their size?
Yeah, don't let our size fool you. We'll board well. I mean, we don't jump so high. We're quick jumpers. Kids are very strong. Our rebounding, if we keep you guys off the offensive boards, I think we're in good shape. If we let your big guys start beating up on, like the last couple of games, they're not beating up, but I mean, just hitting those boards so hard and getting all those putbacks, we're going to lose.
What kind of goals you got with this team? You won this section a year ago, but didn't really show well down in the state tournament. Want to take that a step higher, do you think?
Yeah, we learned down there that I think we'd have won it. We were in the semis. Jason Roop, our 6,000 point scorer, got his mouth all tore up and couldn't play. He had 9 points in the first quarter. We lost him. We ended up losing by 6 or something. We played Ricori in a third-place game and led the whole way. Ricori was generally considered to be the best team in the state last year. That showed us that we're good enough to play with all these teams. But if you watch the tournament here last year, they're both overtime, or all three overtime or one-point games. It takes a lot of luck. Last year, we had all those breaks. We have breaks, and my Starbuck teams never got up here. So there's a lot of luck involved, getting a referee's call here. Someone getting tired, someone getting foul trouble. So it's all a coin toss up here.
Coach, get downstairs and X&O a little bit. Thank you, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Greg Starnes, the head coach at Minnewaska. The Lakers come in here #1 ranked and 25-0. Standing in the way of a showdown with Staples and a rematch of last year's Section 6A title game is Pelican Rapids, the Vikings. Long known in this area as a tournament-time basketball team. We have a final in from the Minnesota North Subregion 8AA basketball game. Moorhead beating Fergus Falls by a score of 69-65. The Spuds advance to the section title game, which will be held here at the Cobber Gym next Saturday. Moorhead will take on either Elk River or Brainerd. Back with the start of Game 2 here at the Cobber Fieldhouse after this.
All right, we'll go 50 on this. So 30 on the makes. Start the game. You handle that heat. Okay. First OB play, run the stack. Let's run the stack. Make a good inbounds pass, make sure it's there. Okay, how to handle that press now. We go 50. You know the offense they're going to run. They're going to play that 2-3. They'll start the man up high. They extend it. Kent, get yourself in the triangle right now. Okay, we'll screw around with it. Get there right now. Get to the wings, run your flashes. Overload, short corners, cut it through, penetrate, back it out again, Brian. Penetrate, get rid of the ball, get back underneath. Okay, unless you're all the way down in there. All right, gentlemen. All year long. I know this one's been the back of your head ever since you threw the ball up. First day of practice. Well, you got it. Okay? So enjoy it. Enjoy it. There's so much down in that belly that hasn't come out yet. Now hold still, huh? Anybody want to do this? Anybody else?
You heard Rex Hagen. Come on, boys. Let's go out, have some fun, and enjoy it. This is what Pelican Rapids has talked about for most of the year. A shot at the Lakers. Last year in the semifinal of the Section 6A tournament, the Lakers taking the Vikings to overtime. Minnewaska winning by a score of 56-52. This is Rex Haugen's and Pelican Rapids' shot at redemption.
And he knows how to get a team to redeem.
Game night. There's nothing like it for Rex Haugen. We're 2 minutes away from the start of game 2, and Rex Haugen already has the sport coat off. That's the sign of a great coach.
He's not only a coach, but his philosophy is so solid. You can sit down and talk to the guy for hours, and I'm sure Greg Starnes is in the same category. You throw up numbers like that. The win streak, 5 for the Vikings, 25 for the Lakers. Points allowed, 41 points given up on an average per game by the Lakers. So they do it at both ends of the floor, and they do it with fresh players. I really think that is going to be the toughest thing for the Vikings to contend with tonight, Dana. That's why I think the pressure is going to be on Brian Korf to have almost a flawless game handling the ball, because he's going to have fresh backcourt players on him all night long. They're going to put a lot of pressure full court on Pelican. And this is what you look for. This is what we get every year, a packed house. Emotions will run high in this game. And I guarantee you, folks, if it's close in the second half, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear yours truly and Dana and Chad. And that's just fine with us.
That may be to your advantage, too. Not many teams have been able to stay with Minnewaska defensively. 5 teams in 25 games have scored more than 50 points. 5 times it's happening against Minnewaska. Otherwise, they're in the 30s and the 40s.
Every year we are here, we get some type of special storyline. We couldn't ask for a better matchup here tonight. 2 masters at Xing and Oing. 2 veteran teams. 2 teams with extraordinary strength in different areas. And now we'll beat them. Let's go to the PA announcer and the starting lineups for the Vikings and the Lakers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's second game of Section 6A Boys Basketball Semifinal action. This second game has the visiting Pelican Rapids Vikings matched up against the home Minnewaska Lakers. First, the starting lineups for the visiting Pelican Rapids Vikings. Starting at one guard, a 6'1" senior, number 24, Brian Korf. Starting at the other guard, a 6'3" senior, number 34, Brian Hovland. Starting at a forward, a 6'8" senior, number 52, Kent Bauman. Starting at the other forward, a 6'6" senior, number 54, Travis Hagen. Rounding it off at the center position, a 6'4" senior, number 44, Kevin Backstrom. Head coach of the Vikings, Rex Haugen. The Minnewaska Lakers. Starting at one guard, a 6'1" senior, number 4, Matt Olson. Starting at the other guard, a 5'10" senior, number 22, Ryan Erickson. And starting at a forward, a 6'2" senior, number 30, Brian Hoeper. Starting at the other forward, a 6'2" senior, number 34, Ryan Shea. And rounding it off at the center position, a 6'3" senior, number 40, Brian Malley.
has got a kid in his lineup named Ryan Shea. You just saw him introduced. He's as tough a basketball player as you will find in this tournament. And I mean blue-collar tough.
And a great quarterback headed for the University of Utah. Tell you what, Mr. Shea has got some guns.
Mallion and Bauman to jump center. This is the much anticipated showdown we have waited for. The tip to the Vikings. Corp. Hovland to Bauman. Starnes has him opening up in a zone. Playing the perimeter tight. Corp with a drive. Brian Corp. Erickson to Olsen. Matt Olsen is the kid you'll want to watch who can really light it up from three-point land. Mallion away from the bucket. Erickson.
Olsen's got an unheard of percentage from three-point land.
And here he is. That one's too strong. Travis Hagen clears it to Brian Corp. Corp. It took him a couple of quarters to settle down the other night. No one handles the ball as well as this kid. Bauman for three, too strong. Mallion lets it go out of bounds, and it'll come off to the Lakers.
Bauman's a streak shooter. He'll miss some shots, but then all of a sudden he'll hit 3, 4, 5 in a row.
Big second half the other night. Erickson inside the Mallion. Ryan Shea. And turnover number one. Hovland off the court. Backstrom touches it for the first time tonight. Hagen, too strong on the base. It'll go to the Lakers.
Everybody's a little bit pumped up. Their shots are all going too strong off the back iron.
Scott Wendt checks in now for the Lakers at 6'5". He's a senior. They play 13. They keep coming at you. Shea, Mallion with the ball. Erickson with a drive. And Erickson hits the first two for the Lakers. And off the bucket comes pressure. Backstrom. That's where they're going to need Brian Corp.
The Lakers did a nice job of sealing off Corp. He couldn't even get the basketball.
Brad Rant checks in. Two quick substitutions in less than 2 minutes gone in this game. Bauman out to Corp. Bauman testing the baseline. Short. Big rebound by Backstrom and a return for two. The Vikings scoring on their first 2 of 3 possessions.
And the Vikings will normally win the rebounding battle. They dominated Hewlett Hitterdall to get here.
First shot of the night for Wendt. Nothing but net. We're tied at 4. Corp beating the pressure. Down low to Backstrom. The Vikings are on a roll.
Corp is playing a solid game so far, driving through the lane to score himself and then dishing to Backstrom there.
Rant. Olsen's looking for the three. Shea has been quiet offensively. He walked. The officials have been very consistent in this tournament calling that violation. Corp doubled up to Hovland, who handles the ball well. To Hagen, back to Corp. Hovland for three. It almost hit the top of the field house. 4:30 remaining, first quarter. Big start for the Vikings. This is Hovland for an easy 2. Oh! Too strong off the iron. Milan dishes to Shea, and he traveled. There's a timeout on the floor. The Vikings, the kind of start they were looking for, and a rebounding advantage of 4-1, and we'll be back.
Bringing rain. Hovland shot from the corner so high, but nothing but net.
Starbuck and Glenwood make up Minnewaska.
There's one other town in there, too.
And they are half the crowd tonight, easily. Corp. Out to Hovland. They swing it to Bauman. This is Backstrom at the high post. Corp, excellent penetrator. He'll draw. Oh, it's an offensive foul.
Corp from our top camera angle right into the lane. And a nice job by Wendt keeping his position. Corp had nowhere to go once he got up in the air.
Rant running the show. Off to Olsen, who's yet to take a shot. Shea alone in the corner. Short. Bauman was in his face. Nice rejection by Backstrom. Bauman saves it. Big play by the Vikings. Corp to Hovland. The adrenaline is running tonight.
That's not the pass you want.
Shot, and again the strength on the boards is telling an early story. Bauman, Backstrom, out to Corp. Pelican moving the ball well. Hagen on the turnaround on the base. Bauman in strong, can't control. Here come the Lakers. Erickson. Shea for 3, short. Hagen to Corp. And we've got a reach-in foul on the Lakers. And they're going to call that one on Milan.
The Lakers can't get their press going because they can't make a basket.
Corp on the inbound to Bauman. Bauman thought he was fouled there.
I think so did Rex.
Hovland, NBA 3. Too far. Shea clears it. Here comes Erickson. Ryan Erickson. Erickson getting a moving screen. Rant. Man-to-man defense now for the Vikings. They have played very little of that in the tournament. Ryan Shea. He dishes it out. That's going to be Pelican ball. 6 turnovers for the Lakers so far. Not a good start for Coach Starnes. Only 4 points here in the first 6 minutes of the game. Backstrom. Corp. Bauman for 3. Big rebound by Hovland.
Hovland could see that one coming from the far corner. Knew it was long, knew it was a miss. Hit the boards and cleaned up nicely.
Erickson, near side to Rant. Into the corner. Mullion answers for 3. And a big 3 to cut it to 4. A minute 10 remaining in the first quarter. Turnover. Rant picks Corp. We've got a foul. It's going to be on Corp out of frustration, pushing from behind.
Could almost be an intentional foul.
It might be.
Rant with the steal. Korf can't get through, and he gets frustrated and just shoves the Laker player from behind.
Erickson was screening him.
Rant, if you remember, had a great tournament last year for the Lakers off the bench.
Shea off to Olsen. Up top to Rant. Back to a zone for the Vikings. Ryan Shea working the baseline. Doesn't get the roll. Bauman clears it. Here come the Vikings. Korf pushing it down the floor. Korf answers after the foul.
Big bucket for Brian Korf, building confidence again. He didn't back off. He didn't back down. He's right to the hole.
He's controlling the game so far with his style of play. Shea. In his face was Hagen. Olsen. Back to Rant. This is Olsen. Down to 23 seconds in the first quarter. There is no shot clock here in high school ball. Ryan Shea fakes. You hear the Pelican fans telling him what they think of this offense. Forcing the shot is Rant. No good. Put back. Mallion. No. Went. Will it count? Yes. Rex Haugen doesn't like the call, but it's a 2-point game after 8 minutes. Stay with us. Shea passes up the 3. Now they go to a man-to-man. Fighting through the screen, not in time as Hagen, but a shot missed by Mallion. The putback, and Bauman clears it for the Vikings.
The Lakers doing a better job of getting some offensive rebounds. They're getting 2 shots to the basket the last 2 trips down.
Rex Haugen is really switching up the defenses. We have not seen him do that much in the tournament this year. They've been almost strictly a zone team. Backstrom out to Korf. Very dangerous on the penetration. And Mallion, a strong rebound off the ramp. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Still a 2-point game. Olsen puts the Lakers up by 1 for the first time tonight.
There's the 58% shooter from three-point land. 58%.
Hovland. He thought he was tripped, but it's a travel. Erickson back to running the show for the Lakers. Erickson for 3. No. Korf clears it. Korf loses it this time to Olsen. Olsen with a nice layup. Lakers by 3. Rex Haugen has seen enough. 5:10 remaining in the first half. Momentum shifting to the Lakers, and we'll be back.
So with the killer crossover, Olsen picks it, goes in for the layup. Watch Korf hustle back, actually catch and pass Olsen, makes him pick up the dribble, but he hits the scoop shot from the lane.
And off those 2 points, it's a 5-0 run for the Lakers to start this second quarter. Olsen, all 5 of those points. Pelican has yet to score here in the second quarter. Bauman for 3. We are tied at 16. 4:50 remaining first half. Erickson against the zone, off to Olsen. Mallion trying to get Hagen to go up. He gets his own on the putback. And Backstrom showing the rebounding strength for the Vikings. Bauman down low to Hagen on the baseline. That's his spot.
That's his first first basket after missing two others from that spot.
And after a Rex Hagen timeout, it's been 5 unanswered points. They got a zone chaser on Olsen. Hovland has got Olsen. This is Marion. Let's see how the Lakers attack it. They're trying to overload now. Down to Shea, right around Bauman, and they're going to call the foul on Bauman. Shea has got a real quick first step. Watch him move on this. There it is. He's right around it.
Explosive, giving up 6 inches to Bauman, but of course Shea is much quicker, and he used his quickness that time to draw the foul.
Number 52, Scott Went in for the Lakers.
Ryan Shea, who had just a phenomenal role in last year's overtime win. That's his first point on the night. .345 remaining in the first half. Bauman. Hagen. Corp, his first three-point attempt. Bauman tips it out, but Rant comes away with it. Here come the Lakers. Olsen's left alone. Hovland checks up on him quickly. Shea off to Olsen, looking for a shot. Down low, Allian, too strong. Nice rebound by Went. 3 seconds called. We're going to the Vikings camp. Went was so deep on the baseline, he couldn't do anything with it.
And you'll always get that call when you get the ball and the player stuck in there.
Backstrom down to Hagen. Nice feed.
2 straight baskets by Hagen.
We mentioned the other night that Pelican has a way of playing to the level of competition. What a perfect illustration of this.
They scored 19 points against Hewlett Hitterdal in a half. They scored 13 against the top-ranked team in Class A.
Offensive foul on Matt Olsen. That's a very similar call to what Korf was called for in the lane.
The zone and chaser, he beat the chaser, Olsen did. But Hagen does a nice job of keeping his position and covering up for Hovland.
Bauman for 3, too strong. Backstrom avoids the foul. Mallion clears it off to Rant. Rant logging a lot of time at point guard, and that's why.
A low line drive with a lot of backspin.
Lakers by 1. 2 minutes remaining, first half. Down to Hagen. Bauman to Hagen. Rant, look how strong Travis Hagen is playing inside at the low post. He's got guys swatting at him all night long down there.
That's why Bauman can play away from the basket, because of Backstrom and Hagen. They're physically stronger than Bauman.
Mallion. They can all shoot the 3. 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Korf to Hovland. Ooh, they better watch that pass. Down to Hagen, double team, too strong. Mallion clears it off to Rant. Rant, short. Korf. Less than a minute remaining, first half. Rex Hagen says, let's go for 1. The Lakers are coming out after it. Bauman with 43 seconds remaining in the half. 2-point lead for the Lakers. Very disciplined ball club. You see the time. Now they'll come out and force it. Hovland needs help. Over to Bauman. Now they're running. Watch Korf go to work. Nice pass to Bauman. He's got the three. No. Lakers will go to halftime with the lead. You know they worked on that cross-court pass from Korf over to Bauman. Let's go to Chad Cool with
Greg Starnes, that's as close as it gets. Your thoughts of that first half?
We're not shooting well. You know, we've had a lot of bunnies. Ryan's shaking up a dozen right now, and we're in good shape. We're not recognizing their defense a lot. You know, Rex has scouted us more this year than he's watched his own team, I think. So I think they're playing better than I thought they would. We're not playing well, and I think we'll come. We'll fine.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
All right, Coach Starnes knows a little bit of the history of Rex Hagen when you might be on the schedule. Not when you are on the schedule, when you might be on the schedule. Hey, we got a great one going here at the Cobber Fieldhouse. It's a two-point game. Undefeated and #1 ranked Minnewaska getting all they want from the Vikings, and we'll be back. Pelican, 24-22. Let's go to Chad Cool at courtside.
All right, thank you, Ed. I got a guy of some Lakers fans that probably recognize his name is Doug Larson. Played on last year's Section 6 championship team, a team that finished 4th in the Class A state tournament. Doug, thanks for joining us. Tell me what these kids, these guys are feeling out here, especially in a game this close. You had a couple of real tight ones last year here.
Well, you know, when you're out in the court, the pressure doesn't really get to you. Mostly what it is, the nerves are not there. You don't even think about it. It's mostly you and your teammates are out there. The only person you can really hear is your coach.
You're close enough to these guys where, of course, it was only a year ago that you were playing for this team. How badly do they want another shot at that state tournament, considering what happened to you there last year?
Well, what they really want is to go undefeated. I'm pretty close with some of the guys on the team, and their goal is to go undefeated for the year.
That's awful tough to do. They think they can handle that. Everybody shoots for you when you're the #1 team in the state, especially when you're unbeaten.
Well, not in our district.
Not in their district. Okay, Doug, tell me quickly again, the Pelican team is essentially the same team that you played last year, outside of Reed Roysum. What does this team have to do differently, your team in this game, to really put this thing away, do you think? Only a 2-point lead at halftime.
Well, we run a lot during the year. And I can see that Pelican runs too. What I would do is slow it down, like we did last year. If we do that, I think we can shut them down equally more.
Doug, thanks a lot.
Yes,
We'll see you later, down the road.
The Viking locker room. And Rex Haugen with his team when we come back. Minnesota basketball, primetime coverage on WDAY. A tradition in the Valley. Stay with us.
Going on. The key is post play. And you got to drop and plus when we reverse the ball. Because they're bringing everybody over now. They're bringing everybody over. There's 2 guys on Travis, on the back, on the front, and the guy's digging. So you should get it at the top. It should be a skip. You drop, bust. And if you can remember in the game, go down, take a different spot. Okay? Make them guard us on the other side. Okay? And we're all right. Now we'll stay in that 50 defense. But if we go 30, then match it, and can't you find a loose guy? Whichever way he goes, we pivot. Point goes this side, we move that way, we rotate that way. Okay? Travis, above, everybody, don't you get out too far. If the ball's away from you, we'd rather have you down for board than up here to defend 3. Okay? So get down inside for board. And old Corky, you got to cover that whole top. Okay? Don't foul. Don't foul. All right? 30 man for a 50. Okay, guys. Great half. Solid shot every time. Just a good solid shot. Create. It's time to make some plays. Some good basketball plays. It's time for athletes to step forward and make some plays. Good solid plays. Nothing wild, but good solid plays. Get on that board. That's where she's got a big key right there. Okay? Okay? They get a run. You get a run. You get a run. Solid. Good run. get 2 of them, score, get the motor going. Okay? More big ones. Come on, baby. Come on.
Pelican Rapids and the locker room of Rex Hagen. His team trails by 2. When we return, we'll join the veteran coach, the legendary coach at courtside. You're watching Minnesota playoff basketball on WDAY.
Vikings coach, this looks like another one of those 4-quarter ball games.
Well, I hope so. I like the position we're in. We missed a couple shots we should have gotten, but they did too. So I like where we're at. The kids are playing well and having a good time.
Any major changes for your ball club?
Not really. We just got to attack the inside like we have been. Be a little more patient, get the ball inside to our big people.
Good luck, Rex. Thank you.
The Minnewaska story in the first half. Dana, 3-point field goals, 12 of those. Hey, that's a big stat for them. If that trend continues, they could blow this game open.
Considering Olsen, the 58% shooter, has just 1 3-pointer. Also has a field goal for 5 points. Brian Mallion leading the way for Minnewaska. Pelican scoring in the paint, 14 points. And Rex wants to stay inside, banging into Backstrom and Hagen. And if he's open, Bauman can take the 3. Hovland can hit it as well.
The numbers very close.
Minnewaska not shooting very well. Greg Starnes mentioning that at the end of the half, just 9 of 27. Minnewaska surprisingly with the rebounding advantage, 18-12. Pelican normally wins that battle. Minnewaska made up of the 3 towns, Starbuck, Glenwood, and Villard. I knew that last one started with a V, but I couldn't remember it. My research is complete.
No player, either team, in double figures. Hovland. Now the Lakers in that zone, playing it wide, and Bauman looking for it on the baseline, a little too late. So let's see what the Lakers do offensively here early on. This is Olsen, well below his average. Ryan Shea, short, won't go. Bauman clears it. Backstrom did a nice job of getting out on Shea. He is deadly from the corner. Down to Backstrom. They talk about post play. Both teams trying to go inside early.
Both
Shea
teams missing easy shots early on. Not necessarily easy, but obviously makeable.
Many times in a game like this, there's a whole new set of nerves out of the locker room. Off the screen, missed shot. Hoeper, and that is going to be a foul on Mallion, his second. So with a minute gone here in the third, we've yet to have a bucket. Full court pressure being picked up by the Lakers. They go into Corp. Dribbles through traffic. Bauman on the baseline. Nice touch by the big kid and a good feed by Corp. We're tied at 24.
Didn't take much to solve that press.
And it was Corp who beat it right off the dribble.
Got it in the right hands, that's for
Olsen
sure.
across the lane. Hoeper, big bucket.
His first of the game.
All alone, Hagen in tight, too strong. Rebound strong by Ryan Shea. Biggest lead of the game for the Lakers has been 3. Shea down low, gets Bauman to go up, does a nice reverse. It comes out to Hovland. Well, the Lakers are getting the shots in tight, but they're not falling. Such was the story the other night for Pelican in their subsection game. Backstrom with a nice move to the iron. And Bauman didn't even come close to the iron that time. He sat out on the wing. Backstrom did all the work. Olsen, short. Hovland clears it back to Corp. It's a 2-on-3. Nice move, Brian Corp.
Big time move.
That was right out of the book written by Earl the Pearl Monroe. Malian. They're trading buckets. The question comes up, is Corp in shape? Bauman, short. Hagen, and he's fouled.
Hagen could see it was going to be short. Bauman, the short baseliner, hits nothing. But Hagen hustles in, and I believe it's Hoeper who gets a piece of the body.
Short. Out to Olsen. Ryan Shea. Olsen. Hovland in his face. And Corp clears it away for the Vikings. Big rebound by the ball-handling guard. Hovland. Bauman. Pelican moving the ball well tonight. Hovland for three. Too strong. Malian, and a foul called off the rebound. And Rex does not like that call. It's a two-point game. And we'll be back. 4:18 remaining in the third. The Vikings and Marv's sports voice are championship material. Too much mileage for that guy, huh? Yes, Marvin, we'll bring it back to the studio. We're coming up on the 4-minute mark in the third. Vikings by 2. Shea won't pull the trigger. Back to Erickson. Shea trying to get Bauman. This is Olsen forcing the shot. Hagen with a big rebound. Corp, it's a 3-on-1 break. Off to Bauman. He's fouled. Ryan Shea picks up the foul. That's the best we've seen Pelican run the break.
Yep, nice job by Bauman. 6'8", getting down the floor, the dish across, and strong up. Shea was going to make sure he's going to earn these 2 points, not the gimme layup.
Ryan Shea with his second personal tonight. Third team foul here in the second half on the Lakers. Bauman at the line for the first time. Those hurt.
Pelican is not a good free throw shooting team. They hit less than 60% of their free throws.
Bauman gives Pelican a 3-point lead. Checking into the ball game now is Penny for Minnewaska. Erickson with a nice drive. Ryan Erickson. Corp quickly down the floor. And he's called for traveling.
Rex had a quick talk with the official. May not have been about that call, but it may be planting some seeds.
Went. Nice move. He had Hagen leaving his feet. And now Minnewaska with 4 unanswered points. They have taken the lead. Bauman, and it's a block on Went.
The Laker bench obviously saying that Went had position, and you can see he really did not. He was sliding into Bauman.
And the official telling Greg Starnes and his coaching staff to sit down after that call. That was a warning. Hagen's too strong. Backstrom, he's over the back on the rebound.
That's as strong a move as Bauman has ever made with a basket from the baseline.
That's his first personal. Second team foul on the Vikings. A 1-point lead for Minnewaska. Erickson dishes to Went. short. And Hagen playing a ball game tonight. Corp. Oh, Bauman leaning too much.
Corp thought he might cut on the baseline, and Bauman stayed outside.
Corp, he is so driven tonight. Olsen. Nice drive for Olsen. And the Lakers go up by 3 with 2:30 remaining in the third quarter. Hagen, he's fouled before the shot. That'll be on Penny.
Hagen, watch the nice cut into the... Oh, this is Olsen right over the top of Backstrom. Backstrom thought he may have had a block.
Corp on the inbound. Way back to Hovland. Hovland dishes to Hagen. Bauman for 3. We are tied at 34. One thing about Bauman, you're not going to block that shot out there. Olsen can't answer. We got a foul. And that could be on Shea. That would be his third. Starnes can't believe the call. Both coaches. In the form of animation of disbelief. Back to the zone. Hovland, he walked.
The zone that time with the Lakers took away the outside passing of that Pelican attack, and Hovland decided to drive but couldn't make anything happen.
Grant down low. Mallion's fouled. That's going to be on Travis Hagen. Both officials had the whistle going on that one. Hagen picking up his first.
See what a good athlete that Mallion is. He can just hang in the air, shift the ball and his body in an attempt to get the shot off.
And he'll go to the line. Shooting 2, the 6'3" senior.
He's a one-armer. This guy shoots one-handed.
It works. Stay tuned for News Center 6 following the ball game. We've got 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's a 2-point game. Number 1 ranked and undefeated Minnewaska with the lead over Pelican. And that ball out of bounds will stay with the Vikings. Staples, an easy 70-49 winner over Morris tonight. They will be here Friday night for the championship. Down to Backstrom, in traffic, and a foul. And went.
None of these calls
is second. None of them are
popular. None of them are popular with any coach. Rexy at halftime said he wanted to keep pounding inside. May have got a piece of the body. May have.
Oh. Pelican 2 for 4 at the line tonight. Let's see if Starnes tells his team to play for 1 in the final minute and 10 remaining in the third. Mallion. Up to Olsen. Shea left alone. He's got 3. And it's their biggest lead of the game at 4 points.
Bauman's got a tough time staying with a quicker Shea.
Bauman for 3. He answers! Oh!
But Shea can't block Bauman from way up top.
Shea. Olsen looking for some room on Hovland. Shea knows he doesn't have the range on Bauman. Down to 10. Ryan Shea into the corner to Olsen, the three-point ace, and it's taken away by the Vikings. And that one will be out of bounds as the third quarter ends. The top team in the state of Minnesota in Class A basketball, leading by 1 as we go to the fourth quarter. Pelican 22 to 21. Turnovers 10 for each team. Corp to Bauman. They're coming out on Bauman a little bit more. I think they're going to try to force Corp to score a little bit. That one is short by Hagen, and Malian comes away with it. Off to Olsen. Matt Olsen, a great shooter, has been very disciplined in his shot selection tonight. Rant back to Olsen. Shea in the corner for 2 or 2. He's made 5 unanswered for the Lakers.
Shea comes off screens through the lane, and Bauman can't keep up with him.
And the Lakers starting to take charge. Went with the nice turnover. Shea out to Olsen, up to Rant. Shea is warming up in the fourth quarter. That one won't go. Backstrom clears it, and Rant fouls him right away. That's Went's third personal foul. Now, we've seen the last 2 times down the floor for the Vikings, the Lakers have made a defensive change. They're coming out on the wing and forcing that ball a little bit more. Korf is going to have to answer to that and drive to the paint. This free throw is monumental. Backstrom's got that college look about him. Clears away the miss. Lakers by 2 as they push it up the floor. Pelican 3 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. Shea to Went. He wants to take Backstrom up. Big rebound by Hagen.
Good defense, Backstrom. I think he got a piece of the ball.
Backstrom is their toughest defender on the baseline. I wonder if Greg Starnes knows that. Korf has got to drive. They're really covering up the wings. Backstrom strong inside, but a foul before the shot, and Went may have just picked up his 4th. 5:50 remaining. It's a 2-point game.
Remember, one of the strengths of this Laker ball club is the depth.
That's a great pass right there.
Backstrom did a nice job of going to it. He didn't wait for it to come to him. He had to go strong to it. Went picking up the foul. He'll sit on the bench and score.
Hoeper is back in the lineup now for Went, who is down with 4 personals. Pelican 4 for 7 at the line tonight. Short. Bauman can't get it. Hoeper gets it off to uses the backboard, too strong. And Travis Hagen again with a huge rebound for the Vikings. 5:30 remaining. Minnewaska by 1. Bauman for 3, short. Nothing called on the contact. Olsen all the way, short there. Hovland boards it. We're going baseline to baseline, and they throw it up the court. You cannot believe the electricity in this field house at Concordia. Backstrom in tight, too strong. Hovland! Pelican takes the lead. Hovland on the push on Olsen. Hovland with 4 points tonight. 7 points tonight, excuse me. 4:45 remaining. The inbound from Ryan Shea. Over Hoeper, no. Put back, Malian. The Lakers go up by 1. Oh, have we got a primetime finish. Backstrom, nice move. He went right through the defense. It's gut check time for the undefeated Lakers. In and out. Backstrom. Backstrom and Hagen are playing the best game we've seen them play all year on the board.
Very physical inside.
Corp. Bauman passes up the 3. And we got a foul. That's going to be on Erickson. 2 big substitutions now. Went with 4 personal fouls back in the game, along with Brad Rant in the backcourt. As Hoeper and Erickson sit down for the Lakers, and Brian Corp, for the first time tonight, goes to the free throw line. We are inside the 4-minute mark. The Vikings lead by 3. There's a timeout on the floor. Pandemonium at the Cobber Fieldhouse. The Vikings, out of the Heart of Lakes Conference, have got the #1 team in the state on the ropes. And we'll be back. It's a game where your job and mine, Dana, becomes immaterial. The crowd takes over. Let's go to Chad Kuhl at courtside. What was Rex Haugen saying in the huddle, Chad?
Rex expecting a press here, and it's going to be interesting to see the conditioning. I don't think he's substituted in this ball game. You might want to check on that, but I think these 5 guys have gone all the way.
It's gut check time for the Vikings. Up by 3. They have not gone to the bench. Down to 3:20. They're going to milk it. Corp will go to the line. The foul on Rant. Pelican is 6 of 10 at the free throw line tonight, and Corp is 2 for 2.
Corp normally a 66% free throw shooter.
Vikings by 4. Their biggest lead since the first quarter. 3:13 remaining. Corp, he's on fire. Minnewaska, 25-0.
think Rex Hagen is aware of the game situation. As soon as Wendt picks up the foul, Rex Hagen shakes his hand because he knew that he just fouled out of the ball game.
Greg Starnes wants a timeout. He's got to regroup with his post player out of the game. 2:50 to go. The numbers tell the story, and we'll be back. Rex Hagen. Greg Starnes. Over 700 wins between the two of them. And Kent Bauman goes to the free throw line. And Pelican still has 3 fouls to give. Nine of 13 at the line tonight for the Vikings. Won't go. Hagen, the loose ball. He needs help. Backstrom. Hoeper with a big block. Shea. Core for the steal. Here come the Vikings. 2:29 to go. Pelican by 3. Core. And it's going to stay with the Vikings. Rex Hagen wants a timeout. Let's go into his huddle. The mentor at work.
Okay, just remember to get out on the 3 out there. Whoever side Shea comes off the double, that man jump out and take him. Because Kent's getting hung up. If Olsen goes to the wing baseline, goes to the wing, take him on the baseline. Otherwise, get out solid, play the best defense you can, and give no seconds. We're going to run 3 out of bounds there. We're going to run 3 out of bounds. If we're still up, and we get the ball the next time, we're going crip. But come to the middle. Wing, you guys, middle, get the high-lows.
5 spots, whatever.
5 spots, but we're going crip.
You want to run that switch on Shea on the baseline?
Huh?
Baseline down there, switch it.
Switch it out. Okay? Huh? Still a 50 defense. Go ahead.
You got middle down on that 5 spot? Huh? You got middle on that?
How many timeouts you got left? 2? 2 left. Okay, boys, we still want a good shot. Come on, baby.
Rex Hagen, with 2:24 to go, knows there's a lot of basketball left. Let's go to Chad Kuhl. He was in the Minnewaska huddle. Chad?
Coach Starnes wants his team to be a little bit patient, turn it down a notch, especially on the offensive end. Keep pressing on defense. He thinks he can force a few turnovers.
All right, Brian Korf will put it in play. They're going to run 3 out of bounds into Hovland. 2:20 remaining. A 3-point lead for the Vikings. Hovland down to Hagen. Very patient. Bauman. Backstrom thought about it. He needs help. Back to Korf. Oh, that's the turnover Starnes was talking about. Inside the 2-minute mark. That's only the second turnover in the second half for the Vikings in the fourth quarter.
Number 44, Kevin Backstrom, second personal, 5th team foul.
The Vikings still with 2 fouls to give. Up to Rant. Over to Shea. Shea's touching the ball a lot more in this fourth quarter, isn't he?
He's a money player. He'll take that last shot if he has to.
Down to 90 seconds and trailing by 3. Shea can tie it. No. Mallion. No. Hagen clears it away for the Vikings.
Korf has been automatic from the free throw line.
The lefty gets the roll. Vikings by 4 with 1:16 to go.
His 5th straight point from the free throw line.
Staples waiting in the wings for the winner. Korf again. The Viking fans are saying, could it be true? The #1 team in the state with 1:10 to go. Olsen. Oh, what a shooter. Korf fouled. He'll go back to the line. That one's on Matt Olsen. And with exactly 60 ticks on the clock, Korf goes back to the line, and the Vikings lead it by 2.
What a pure shooter. Sets himself, sees the ball, sees the basket, and delivers. With 1 minute left, there is a lot of basketball left to be played with these two teams.
Stay with us. Vikings by 2, and we'll be back. Pelican Rapids leads Minnewaska by 2. Over 4,000 fans here tonight at the Cobber Fieldhouse. They might charge them on the way out. Korf. He has played so driven all night. And at the line, he is so perfect. Minnewaska down by 4. This is Olsen. Shea. Prime time. No. Rebound. Backstrom. They've got to foul Korf. Hovland. Back to Korf. And a foul. Korf back to the line.
Greg Starnes wanted a palming call on Hovland. He's not going to get it.
Korf has hit 9 straight free throws. Korf, the game of his life. Pelican by 6. Olsen for 3. He's a killer. Timeout Lakers. They didn't get the call. And we got a foul before the turnover.
Greg Starnes wanted a timeout right after that Matt Olsen three-pointer, but it's so loud in here, and the officials so attuned to the basketball game and his players as well that nobody saw it. It went unnoticed.
Olsen, one of the purest three-point shooters in the state. Brian Korf, 11 for 11. 17 seconds to go. Holy smokes, the kid's unbelievable. Pelican by 5. Rant, short. Mallion, they gotta shoot another 3. Olsen's the kid that can do it. Holy smokes. Timeout Lakers with 5 seconds to go. It's a 2-point Pelican game. And Matt Olsen has answered with 2 crucial 3-point buckets to give Minnewaska a chance. With 5 seconds remaining, it's a 2-point game. Pelican hanging on with the ball. Here, this kid has got to be a player for somebody someday.
Olsen from outside, his 4th three-pointer of the game. It pulls the Lakers within 2 points with 5 seconds to go.
foul. We got a foul to get. Okay? Baxter, you're going to take it out. Understand? Hagen right there. Hovland right here. Horse right there. No, right here. Right there. Bauman right here. Boom. Got it? Hovland back and over or middle, wherever he needs you. Screen, roll. Cut hard and roll and come to the ball. Understand? If he comes open, throw it down there. If he comes open, catch it and hang on to it. Don't do anything else. Okay? All right, boys, it's all yours.
Got one timeout left.
Have we got timeout?
How many? Got timeout?
One timeout?
We don't have to bring it past the half court.
No, we got 2 left.
If we get the ball in bounds, you don't have to bring it across 10 lines.
Two timeouts.
Yep.
It has been another fantastic finish of Minnesota primetime playoff basketball on WDAY. 5 seconds to go. Vikings by 2. Backstrom will put it in play. Staples waiting for the winner. Backstrom. And we got a foul on the inbound. Chad Cool, is that what Minnewaska wanted to do, foul before the pass in?
Well, if they can get it, Ed, that's fairly rare to get that call, but that's what he wanted. Now they need a miss or only make one and look for Olsen and Shea, the 2 leaders, to step up and look for the 3.
Well, the way Pelican has dribbled the ball tonight, what a smart move by Starnes, the coach of Minnewaska, because that takes no time off the clock. You put a different kid at the line other than Korf. If he misses, you got a chance to board it and make a play.
The last thing you want is Brian Korf at the line at this point.
Understand? If they rebound the ball, they rain down the ball. Get all over them. Don't worry about the foul. Understand? We got one to give. Don't even try to rebound it. Just let them rebound the ball and then get all over them because we got a foul to give. Understand? Now, if they do get the ball rebounded, you get up next to these people. Keep them in front of you. Don't let them beat you deep. Understand? They make a drive, go to the foul. All right, you hit these 2. There are no fouls. None. When he makes these 2, you come up and put a little heat on to get the ball bouncing. Okay? Okay? All right, boys. Come on, sister.
Just another day at the office for Rex Hagen.
Not if he makes these 2, but when he makes these 2.
And he just didn't miss a beat in the huddle. Credit the players from both teams. This has been a great show. The fans have been terrific. The players have put their guts out on the floor tonight. And what a tremendous effort by the Vikings. Kent Bauman, 2 of 3 at the line. Oh, timeout Minnewaska. They've got 4 seconds left, and they're down by 2 with the best 3-point shooter in the state. Holy smokes.
Don't get beat on any screens. Understand? Don't get beat on any screens. Kent, you get on the guy out of bounds. Get on the guy out of bounds. All right, everybody else play it soft so the ball's in front of you. And then as soon as they start to dribble, play solid defense and don't worry about the foul. Now, he can't move down there. He can't move. So just make sure the ball is in front of you. Okay? Just make sure the ball's in front of you. If something happens and you get beat on the drive, don't worry about the foul. We let him inbound it again.
We got a timeout left?
We have a timeout left. Pick them up down here soft. Soft, so they bounce the ball.
Down here, you want to call timeout again?
Huh?
Down and they line up down here, call timeout again or what?
We'll give it to them.
Pelican with a foul to give. Let's go to Chad Cool. Chad, what's happening in the Laker huddle?
The Lakers expect with 2 fouls to give that the Vikings will be fouling right away. Otherwise, try to get to Olsen at half-court area and let him create.
Olsen's left uncovered on the inbound. Olsen's in the middle of the paint. Ryan Shea. They get it in. This is Rant. Rant picked off by Hovland. That's it. Vikings win. Pelican Rapids has upset the #1 team in the state of Minnesota. The Vikings are back Friday night. Rex Hagen has done it again. The Vikings providing our audience with an incredible show.
You guys get ready for that puppy fight. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic effort. See, I'm doing that guy.
Here's the inbound, Dana.
Last year against Hewlett Hitterdall, Pelican had 4 seconds to get off the game-winning shot, and Reed Royson did it. Could the Lakers give Pelican a dose of their own medicine? No. Brian Hovland with the defensive stop. The game's over. Greg Starnes says that Rex Haugen has seen the Lakers so much.
Let's go to Chad Cool with Brian Korf, who was perfect at the free throw line tonight.
Brian, 12 free throws down the stretch for you in a row. Put this one into words.
I don't know, I just went up to the free throw line and I had to hit these things without being tired and made sure I'd make these. It was a heck of a game and I don't know what to say.
This rematch from a year ago, I mean, this one had to be in you guys' minds all year long.
Yeah, we wanted them from the beginning of the tip of practice. Mr. Hagen told us before the game that we wanted this one, we did. And this was going to be one humdinger, and oh, it was great.
What were you guys thinking? 4 seconds left in the game. They had the ball down by 2.
Well, Mr. Hagen just gave us confidence and said to stay behind them, play off defense, and make them shoot the ball. We had 1 foul to give.
1 step away from the state tournament. You got enough gas left Friday night.
Well, 1 game at a time, and we got the region championship, and we got to worry about Staples and play them hard. And they're one great ball team.
Brian Korf, huge night tonight for the Vikings. Congratulations on a huge win.
Thank you.
I think he's going to cry.
Here's the final inbound by Minnewaska, trying to get a three-point shot off, and I don't know why they didn't get the ball
To Olsen.
to Olsen. And it was a year ago that on an inbound play, they dribbled the clock out. Travis Hagen played a huge role on the boards tonight for the Vikings. Let's go to Travis with Chad Cool.
Rex in those huddles, stressing inside, a big game for you, especially in the second half. Did you feel you could take advantage in there?
Yeah, we knew we were bigger than them, but I don't know, we couldn't get our shots down, but we were pushing them, though. We were pushing them good.
A lot of seniors. I think you guys, 5 guys played this whole ball game. How big is this win over an undefeated team, the #1 team in the state?
Oh, it's just awesome. There's no words to describe it. We wanted them last year, and we lost to them, and now we got them when they're undefeated, and that's just awesome.
You got to feel pretty good looking at a guy like Brian, 12 straight free throws down the stretch. You guys got enough gas. You got Staples on Friday.
Yeah, Brian's just an awesome guard. We don't even worry about the pressure time because he's got the free throws down right away. Now Staples, we just got to be ready for them now. We got to get up.
Congratulations, kid. Big game. Thank you.
So Rex Haugen and Brian Korf have teamed up once again and delivered a primetime show that will equal anything you have seen in tournament action in the past. The man who has done it for 28 years. For Minnesota Section 6A basketball action.